Tanner Novlan, who plays the popular character Dr. John Finn Finnegan on CBS's The Bold and the Beautiful, has officially confirmed his exit from the show, sending waves of shock and emotion through fans who have come to love his portrayal of the heroic, steady, and compassionate doctor. This marks a significant turning point not just for the character, but for the entire narrative structure of The Bold and the Beautiful, which has heavily featured Finn in major storylines since his explosive arrival in 2020. But while the departure may seem abrupt, the reasons behind it are grounded in both professional ambition and deeply personal developments in Novlan's real life. Although speculation had already begun swirling in recent weeks after cryptic social media posts hinted at a possible change, Novlan has now broken his silence to clarify the situation. Yes, the actor has indeed accepted a role in another long-running television drama, a move that underscores the growing demand for his talents beyond daytime television. Industry insiders had noted that the actor had been fielding offers for months, thanks to his rising popularity and the emotional depth he brought to the role of Finn. However, Novlan revealed in a candid statement that while the new role played a part in his decision, it was not the sole reason or even the most important one for stepping away from B&B. The real reason: family. Tanner Novlan and his wife, Caitlin Ewell, recently welcomed their second child, a baby boy. This personal milestone profoundly shifted Novlan's priorities, prompting him to temporarily step away from the rigorous schedule of daily soap production in order to be present during these formative moments with his growing family. In his own words, Novlan expressed that being there for his wife and children was something he could not put off or delegate. He emphasized that the early days of a newborn's life are precious and irreplaceable, and that he wants to be fully presented just as a father, but as a partner to Caitlin as they adjust to the rhythms and challenges of life with two young children. This announcement recontextualizes the decision and casts it in a different light, less as a career move and more as a testament to Novlan's character and values. In a television industry where many actors might have chosen to power through for the sake of visibility or contract fulfillment, Novlan made a deeply personal and human choice to put family first. But he hasn't closed the door entirely on The Bold and the Beautiful. On the contrary, Novlan has left it wide open. He has assured fans that this is not a permanent farewell, but rather a temporary pause. "This isn't goodbye," Novlan said in a heartfelt social media post. "It's just see you later." He made it clear that he plans to return once things settle at home and once he's had the time he needs to fully embrace fatherhood for the second time. "I owe it to Caitlin and our baby boy to be there every step of the way," he wrote, adding that the cast, crew, and fans of B&B have been incredibly supportive of his decision. From a storytelling perspective, this development forces the show's writers to pivot in fast. Finn has been central to many of B&B's major plots, especially those involving Steffy Forrester, Sheila Carter, and the tangled web of secrets, betrayal, and redemption that surrounds them all. Fans are left wondering how the show will explain Finn's sudden absence, and whether this marks the beginning of another dramatic arc that might lead to Steffy being alone, grieving, or perhaps tempted to revisit old flames. Speculation is rampant that his departure could reignite the Steffy-Lime-Hope triangle, a storyline that never seems to die. It also raises questions about Sheila Carter's future on the show. With Finn out of the picture, at least temporarily, will Sheila's manipulations escalate? Will her already fragile relationship with her son fracture further? Or will the show take the opportunity to soften Sheila's edges again, perhaps even placing her in a redemptive storyline to fill the emotional vacuum left by Finn? And what of Steffy? Jacqueline McInnes Wood's portrayal of Steffy Forrester has always balanced strength with vulnerability. The absence of Finn may push Steffy into a new emotional phase, one where she must carry the weight of family, legacy, and motherhood without the steadying presence of her husband. It opens up narrative possibilities from solo strength arcs to unexpected alliances, even rivalries with those around her. Could she spiral? Could she rise? With B&B, anything is possible. From the audience's perspective, the absence of Finn is a significant loss. His character brought a sense of calm and moral clarity in a universe that thrives on emotional turbulence and backstabbing. As a doctor, husband, and father figure, Finn was something of a stabilizer on the show. Without him, the balance shifts. And well, that's a challenge for the writers. It's also an opportunity. The show can explore how each character reacts to that absence, how they adapt, evolve, or unravel. It's a creative opening, albeit one born of real-world priorities. Tanner Novlan's decision reminds viewers and industry professionals alike that even in the world of scripted drama, real life has a way of stepping in and reshaping the narrative. In choosing to walk away, at least for now, Novlan has written a different kind of script for himself. One that values presence over prestige, moments over milestones. His fans, while undoubtedly disappointed to see him leave, have rallied behind him with messages of congratulations and respect, proving that sometimes the most powerful stories are the ones unfolding off-screen. As we wait to see what the show does next and when Finn might return, it's worth reflecting on how rare it is in this business to see such a transparent and deeply human departure. Tanner Novlan has not only left a legacy on The Bold and the Beautiful, but he's also left an example for others in the industry that it's okay to pause, to step back, and to prioritize the people who matter most. In the meantime, fans can catch Novlan in his upcoming television project, the details of which are still under wraps but have already sparked intense speculation and excitement. Whether it's a primetime drama, a streaming series, or a limited-run event, there's no doubt that Novlan's presence will be felt wherever he goes next. His natural charisma, emotional depth, and steady on-screen presence are rare assets, and his next role is bound to showcase them in new, unexpected ways. But for now, he's not playing a doctor, a hero, or a tortured romantic lead. He's playing the role of a father, a husband, a man who chose love over limelight. And that, perhaps, is the most beautiful role of all. As for The Bold and the Beautiful, the drama will continue as it always does, with new twists, heartaches, and perhaps a few surprises in store. And whenever Finn does return, you can be sure it will be dramatic, emotional, and worth the wait. As rumors continue to swirl across fan forums and insider blogs, one particular theory is gaining serious traction. Finn may not be gone for long, and when he returns, it won't be alone. According to multiple unconfirmed sources, the writers of The Bold and the Beautiful are already laying the groundwork for a dramatic re-entry storyline. One that could reunite Finn and Steffi in a way that sends shockwaves through the entire canvas of the show. If the speculation is to be believed, Finn's return may be tied to a high-stakes storyline, possibly even international in scope, that could see him and Steffi face danger, betrayal, and a powerful rediscovery of their bond. In the current landscape of the show, Steffi Forrester is at a personal crossroads. With Finn gone, her emotional world is fractured. She's juggling motherhood, her responsibilities at Forrester Creations, and the ever-looming presence of Sheila Carterwell, despite promises to change, remains a ticking time bomb. There's been a subtle shift in Steffi's demeanor lately, less trust, more guardedness, and a quiet ache that only Finn has ever truly calmed. Viewers have noticed her subtle glances toward her phone, her hesitation when asked about her future, and the flickers of doubt that show she's not ready to move on. This emotional stasis may be intentional, a breadcrumb trail leading up to Finn's surprise return. If the rumors are true, Finn's reappearance will not be the quiet, family-first homecoming he had originally envisioned. Instead, it may come under urgent and dangerous circumstances. Some believe that while away, Finn uncovers information that puts both him and his family in peril, perhaps tied to Sheila's past, or something even darker lurking beneath the surface. One theory suggests that Finn, while taking time off in Europe with Caitlin and their new baby, comes into contact with someone from Sheila's criminal past. It's possible he stumbles upon information that Sheila had buried years ago, evidence of an unresolved crime or a powerful enemy she betrayed. Another storyline being floated in Finn circles is that Finn may be forced to return after learning that Steffi herself is in danger. With Sheila becoming increasingly erratic again, and perhaps even aligning herself with a new accomplice, maybe even someone from Deacon's orbit. The safety of Steffi and the children becomes compromised. This could push Finn into action not just as a husband and father, but as a man determined to protect the family he loves at all costs. What makes this potential arc even more intriguing is the suggestion that Steffi might meet Finn overseas, not knowing he's returned to LA. Behind the scenes. According to these leaks, Steffi, feeling overwhelmed and isolated, may take a spontaneous trip abroad to clear her head or explore business opportunities for Forrester International. What she doesn't know is that Finn is already there, living quietly, adjusting to fatherhood, and staying off the grid. The idea of them accidentally crossing paths, perhaps in Paris or Italy, is the kind of soapy, emotionally charged reunion that The Bold and the Beautiful thrives on. Imagine the moment, Steffi walking into a small cafe, emotionally drained, only to lock eyes with Finn was holding their infant son. No words, just stunned silence, trembling hands, and the weight of months apart crashing down on them in a single glance. The scene would practically write itself. It's the kind of television moment that would go viral, clips spreading online with captions like "the reunion we didn't know we needed." Of course, it wouldn't be B&B without complications. Steffi may not forgive Finn immediately. After all, he left during the time when she needed him most. Even if he had the purest intentions, the abandonment, tension or not, could fuel a serious emotional rift. We might see a storyline where they must learn to trust each other again, to rebuild what was fractured by absence. And in the background, there's always the ticking presence of Sheila, who may interpret Finn's return as a chance to rekindle her twisted fantasy of a happy family. Her interference, jealousy, or even a kidnapping scheme wouldn't be out of character. There's also speculation that the writers may go further and introduce a new villain tied to Finn's time away, possibly a vengeful figure from his medical past, or someone with unfinished business involving his family. This opens the door for action-driven plots, a shift from the primarily romantic and corporate drama the show often leans on. Think blackmail, secret dossiers, backroom deals in Monte Carlo. Think international stakes tied to domestic emotions. Meanwhile, back in LA, Ridge, Brooke, and even Liam will have their own reactions. Ridge may welcome Finn back as the solid rock he always hoped Steffi would have. Brooke might be suspicious, especially if Finn's return comes with secrets. Liam, ever the wild card, may find himself emotionally destabilized again, especially if his unresolved feelings for Steffi resurface during her vulnerable moments. Hope, already on shaky ground, could spiral if she senses that Liam's attention is drifting back towards Steffi, especially if Finn's absence brought them closer in any way. And then there's the ultimate twist that some fans are whispering about in shadowy Reddit threads and soap spoilers. What if Finn returns not just for Steffi but with a secret of his own? A medical diagnosis, a moral dilemma, a questionable decision made while he was away. Something that adds complexity to his hero image and forces everyone, Steffi included, to question just how well they truly know him. Perhaps while trying to protect his family, he crossed a line that Steffi can't easily ignore. Regardless of how the show chooses to play it, one thing is clear. Finn's return won't be soft. It'll be seismic. Whether through romance, action, or emotional fallout, his reappearance will reshape the dynamics of the show and could redefine what kind of stories The Bold and the Beautiful is willing to tell in its next chapter. Fans are already bracing themselves for what's to come. There's excitement, anxiety, and speculation. Will Steffi take him back? Will Sheila sabotage everything again? Will a new enemy emerge? Will Liam finally let go? Will Ridge step in? Will hope break? And above all, will love survive the storm that's coming? Stay tuned. Because if Finn returns, he won't just be coming home. He'll be bringing the drama with him.